Diving into Delhi here, Colby Smith, and I'm pleased to be joined by SUNY Delhi's cross-country track and field coach, Zach Brown. Coach, thanks so much for taking the time to join me here this afternoon.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Well, so prior to Delhi, you had the experience serving as an assistant on plenty of other staffs after you graduated from college. Can you kind of run me through your prior coaching experience before coming here to Delhi?
Yeah. So as soon as I graduated from SUNY Brockport, one of my former coaches got a head coaching job and took me on as his assistant right away. So that got my foot in the door with college coaching. I was at Marywood University in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Took another job at Dickinson College down in Pennsylvania. Then I was at Stevenson in Maryland, and more recently Colgate University back here in New York. But mainly been working with sprints, hurdles, but along the way have taken on a lot of other events, jumps, pole vault more recently, just kind of adding to my toolbox of track and field.
Well, so what was that transition like? Last spring, you said you worked with Colgate. What was it like in terms of finding this Delhi opening and applying, and what was the whole interview process like?
Yeah. So, I mean, I always keep my eye out for, positions kind of around as they get posted during the summers and whatnot, just kind of checking in. I saw SUNY Delhi posted their head coaching position for cross country track and field, and, did my own little investigation. I looked into it. It was a really good environment for me. Rob Monroe, being the former coach, is now the associate athletic director. In this experience, he's made a seamless transition for me. Cross country being more of the newer aspect to me. He's been great helping me understand some things I may not know, and just, the seamless transition to my beginning at the program. Bob Backus, being a former cross country track and field coach at Delhi himself, the support and the administration is there. And that's a huge, huge thing that I saw as part of, a next step opportunity. Not to mention, the school in itself, the location for recruiting and building a program and just developing, a team in the Division III level, which this being their first year, they have a lot of potential. So I saw it as a really good opportunity, really good environment and setup for myself. So dove right in, had the application process, had the interview, came and saw campus, met with Mr. Backus. Things went really well. And from there, I had the job offer and moved here not too long after. So.
Well, and in terms of speaking to the prior experience that Delhi still has on staff with Bob Backus and Rob Monroe, what's that like, just following that up, knowing the success that the Delhi program's had the last few years in both cross country and track?
It's great. It's an honor, to follow up the history that those two have, laid down for SUNY Delhi. And just being able to have them as mentors is something that not a lot of people can have in their experience. And I think is already has helped and made this experience great, but I think it's just going to continue to help, as time goes on.
And you touched on it a minute ago, but this is the first year in SUNY Delhi history that the thing is out there that you guys can compete for NCAA Division III championships. What's that like, just knowing that you're the first coach to be able to do that?
Again, it's a huge honor. Delhi has had tremendous success and has had people that could compete at high levels in NCAA Division III in the past. And for us to have the first year, me being the head coach for that, it's an honor. It's a great privilege. And I'm just ready to get to work. We got some talent to really make a statement the first year. So, I'm really looking forward to that and really putting Delhi's name on the map for, Division III.
So now in terms of the talent level that you guys have in terms of cross country so far this year, you guys raced 4 times in the month of September. That first week of September, you guys raced at Hartwick, then you raced against SUNY Oneonta. What was it like getting the season started in terms of a lot of athletes not necessarily having the chance to race last year?
Yeah, it's a very interesting year going into it. No cross country season last year. People either are coming from not having trained or raced cross country in a year, almost a year and a half. Some have had the experience to race a little bit or train. So everybody's coming in this past season, or this current season, in different positions. So some people, are great shape. Some people, had to kind of do more work as they got back in preseason and whatnot. But we're in a good spot. We have Coach Finn now, who started a couple weeks into the season, and he's been great. Coach Ben Finnegan, and he's been super excited. He's been doing great work with the distance guys and girls, and really looking forward to, wrapping the season up and seeing what we can do at the conference championships. and potentially see what, some individuals can maybe do at the regional meet too. So, with the NCAA opportunities, some of the guys have their sights on the national championships in Louisville in November. So.
And just to touch on that a little bit, your guys finishers, you've had an assortment of guys all throughout the top of your top five scattered around this fall. What's that like for you as a coach, just knowing that you might not necessarily always have that top number one guy, but more you have an interchangeable 1 to 5 up there?
It's great. It's exciting. It makes it fun, having interchanging, leaders and having competition within the squad, women's side as well. We've had a different women's finisher. Christina Messler finished first for us twice, but other than that, we've had a different female finish top for us. So that makes it just fun and exciting, competitive within itself. And it really shows where our team is at going to the conference championships, is that, we're in a good spot and a competitive spot, and really it could be anybody that kind of takes the top 5 spots for us. And it should be exciting to see how they kind of wrap up this, last few weeks of training going into the championship season.
Well, I also wanted to ask, you guys had that opportunity to host the Bronco Classic here on Wednesday. So that was your first one as head coach. How did the experience kind of play out, and what was it like just to have your men's and women's teams both do so well on Wednesday?
Great. It's great to have a home meet. I mean, it's a beautiful course. It's a great opportunity to get recruits to come see campus, see the course, meet, some of the team and our coaching staff. Like I said, Mr. Backus and Mr. Monroe did amazing work trying to help set up this meet, run the meet. I had to do very minimal, help set up the course, but, I was able to coach and we'll focus on that aspect. They took care of all the rest. And again, it's just another one of the perk of having those as administrators and mentors. But it was great. It was great to see everybody out there racing on the home course, a course they're familiar with, get to run in front of some of their family and friends. And, we had some guys do extremely well. Some ladies do extremely well. So it was a really good chance. It was a great day too. It was a beautiful, beautiful weather. We had some rain earlier in the week, but it really cleared up, and it was a great day, great course, some good fast times. And it was a lot of fun. It was a home meet. We didn't have to get on the road and travel back and get food and all that stuff. It was right at home. So it was a good experience. I enjoyed the first Bronco Classic.
Well, Coach, I know we'll be doing this again at some point, but for now, I just want to wrap things up by asking, you said it, the conference championships coming up in a couple of weeks. You have one more meet in there beforehand. What are some of the things that you guys are going to be working on in practice or talking about these next few weeks to get yourselves ready for that end of season push?
Yeah, right now we're focused on the conference championships. On the men's side, Cobleskill we're neck and neck with Cobleskill, and we just got to get the last few weeks of training in, get our mindsets right, get some confidence going too. We're looking to go to University of Albany this Friday, a slight change in more recent schedule, but trying to get, a good meet in before the championships, run with some confidence, and just tune up and fine tune our mental psyche before we get into that conference championships.
Coach Brown, thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, man.